Days of Our Lives on Wednesday, February 26th, 2025. You're in for a real treat, or maybe a shock. Let's unpack the drama step by step, with all the juicy details you need to know, written just for you. Stephanie's shocking kiss. A clue to a bigger mystery. Picture this. Stephanie Johnson, played by the lovely Abigail Klein, is going about her day when something startling happens. Out of nowhere, Rafe Hernandez, someone who looks like Rafe, portrayed by Galen Gehring, leans in and kisses her. Now, Stephanie's no stranger to surprises, but this one sends chills down her spine, and not in a good way. Her heart races, her breath catches, and she's left with goosebumps prickling her arms. It's not just the shock of being kissed without warning, though that alone would rattle anyone. It's something deeper, something that stirs a memory she can't quite shake. You see, Stephanie's been through this before. Not so long ago, a man pretending to be someone he wasn't made a move on her, and that creepy encounter left a mark. This time, as Rafe's lips meet hers, it's like déjà vu. Her mind races back to that unsettling moment, and suddenly, she's not so sure this is the real Rafe Hernandez. Could it be another imposter? A doppelganger? In Salem, where secrets lurk around every corner, it's not as far-fetched as it sounds. While the rest of Rafe's family, like his sister Gabby, played by Sherry Jimenez, chalks up his odd behavior to a mental breakdown or maybe some lingering effects from that coma he was in, Stephanie's not buying it. Gabby's at least tossed around the idea that something's seriously wrong, but everyone else? They just shrug their shoulders and move on, as if a little personality shift is no big deal. Oh well, nothing we can do, they seem to say. But Stephanie's not one to let it go. That kiss felt off, wrong even, and she's determined to get to the bottom of it. So what does she do? She hightails it to her friends Jada Hunter, Elia Cantu, and Sean Brady, Brandon Beamer, bursting through the door with wide eyes and a wild theory. "I don't think Rafe is Rafe," she exclaims, her voice trembling with urgency. Jada and Sean exchange a glance, skeptical, sure, but they've seen enough crazy things in Salem to know better than to dismiss her outright. Stephanie lays it all out, the kiss, the goosebumps, the eerie familiarity. Is she onto something, or is she just rattled by an awkward moment? Either way, her revelation is about to shake things up for Jada and Sean, who might just find themselves dragged into this mystery whether they like it or not. Brady corners Kristen. A parent's joy turns to suspicion. Meanwhile, across town, Brady Black is riding a wave of relief. His little girl, Rachel, is safe and sound after whatever ordeal Kristen DiMera, Rachel's mother, and Brady's on-again, off-again flame put them through this time. Kristen's played by the talented Stacey Hayduke, and let's just say she's never been one to shy away from drama. Brady's been so overjoyed to have Rachel back that he's barely noticed Kristen acting, more suspicious than usual. And trust me, that's saying something. Kristen's baseline is already pretty shady. For a while, Brady's been too caught up in the happiness of their reunion to pay much attention. He's been hugging Rachel tight, thanking the stars she's okay, and letting Kristen's little quirks slide. A sly glance here, a vague answer there, nothing new for her, right? But now, the dust has settled. Rachel's home, but she's not bouncing back as quickly as Brady hoped. Whatever happened to her has left a shadow, and as Brady watches his daughter, something shifts in him. The fog of relief clears and he starts to really see Kristen. Suddenly, those quirks aren't so easy to ignore. Why does she keep dodging his questions about where she was when Rachel went missing? Why does she get that nervous twitch in her eye when he mentions the police? Brady's no fool. He's been burned by Kristen before, and he knows she's got a knack for spinning tales. So he decides it's time to get answers. He corners her in the living room, arms crossed, voice steady but firm. "Kristen," he says, "we need to talk. What really happened?" Kristen, of course, isn't one to spill her secrets easily. She flashes that sly smile of hers, tossing her hair like she's got nothing to hide. "Oh, Brady, you worry too much," she might say, but her eyes tell a different story. She's got answers, sure, but does she want to share them? Not a chance. Brady's not backing down, though. He's a father on a mission, and if Kristen's hiding something about Rachel, he'll dig until he finds it. The tension between them crackles like a storm brewing. Will it break wide open, or will Kristen slip away again? You'll have to tune in to find out. Belle's trap for EJ, love, doubt, and a dangerous game over at the DiMera mansion. Belle Black, Martha Madison, is wrestling with her own suspicions. Her husband, EJ DiMera, Dan Feuerriegel, has been acting off lately. Nothing she can pin down, just a gut feeling that something's not right. Belle's always been sharp, and as a court official she's trained to spot deception. EJ's a court official too, and they've built a life together on trust and mutual respect. But lately? That trust is fraying at the edges. Here's the thing, Belle's not ready to let go of EJ just yet. She loves him and he's been good to her mostly. So, instead of confronting him outright, she decides to get clever. She sets a little trap, something subtle to test him. Maybe she drops a casual question about his whereabouts, watching his face for a flinch. Or maybe she leaves a file on the table when she knows he'll be tempted to peek it if he's hiding something. Whatever it is, she's hopeful it'll reveal the truth. But here's the twist, it doesn't work. EJ sidesteps her trap like a pro, smooth as ever, and Belle's left empty-handed. Does that mean he's innocent? Not to her. She's still suspicious, still wondering if the man she's sharing a bed with is keeping secrets. And yet, she's not ready to walk away. Innocent until proven guilty, she tells herself, clinging to the legal principle they both live by. After all, if EJ really is on the up and up, why ruin a good thing? Their marriage has its sparks, its passion, why toss that out over a hunch? On the flip side, if EJ is guilty, if he's the bad guy she's starting to fear he might be, well, that's a different story. Belle's not just a wife, she's a force of justice. The idea of catching him, proving he's crossed a line, and doling out some well-deserved punishment? That's got a certain appeal. It's a dangerous game she's playing, teetering between love and doubt, and it's only a matter of time before the truth comes crashing down. Will it clear EJ's name, or shatter everything Belle thought she knew? Salem's holding its breath. What's next for Salem? Wednesday's episode of Days of Our Lives promises a roller coaster of emotions, Stephanie's wild theory shaking up Jada and Sean, Brady pushing Kristen to her breaking point, and Belle walking a tightrope with EJ. It's the kind of drama that keeps us coming back, week after week, rooting for our favorites and gasping at every twist. Salem's never been a quiet town, and this week it's louder than ever. So, grab your coffee, settle into your favorite chair, and get ready for a ride. Whether you're Team Stephanie, cheering for Brady, or hoping Belle gets her answers, there's something for everyone. What do you think? Will Stephanie crack the Rafe mystery? Will Kristen finally come clean? And will Belle's trap ever catch EJ? Let's chat about it after the credits roll. Until then, happy watching. And on Monday, February 24th, 2025, the spotlight shines on Gabby Hernandez and her cousin Javi as they wrestle with a troubling puzzle. What's going on with Gabby's brother, Rafe? If you're a Days of Our Lives fan, and especially if you're over 65, like so many of us who've followed these characters through thick and thin, you'll want to settle in for this one. It's a story of family loyalty, shocking revelations, and a sister's determination to uncover the truth, all wrapped up in the kind of drama that keeps us glued to our screens. A hasty arrival and a stunning confession. The day starts with a flurry of activity in Gabby's office. Javi bursts through the door, tie askew and breathless, his usual punctuality thrown out the window. "I'm so sorry I'm late," he says, his voice tinged with urgency as he catches his breath. Gabby, perched behind her desk, raises an eyebrow but doesn't scold him. She can tell something's up. Javi doesn't waste a moment before launching into his story. He'd run into Jada earlier, and what she told him stopped him in his tracks. Rafe, Gabby's big brother, has been unfaithful again. Gabby's jaw drops. "You're kidding me," she says, shaking her head in disbelief. Javi's eyes are earnest, his tone firm. He's not joking. He saw the evidence with his own two eyes, heard it straight from Jada. Rafe, the steady cop they've always known, cheated. "I don't get it," Gabby mutters, leaning back in her chair. "Since when did my brother become such an asshole?" The words hang heavy in the air, sharp and unfamiliar. Rafe's always been flawed, nobody's perfect, but this feels different, colder, like a stranger's behavior wearing her brother's face. Javi nods, equally baffled. They're both reeling from this bombshell, trying to piece together when and how Rafe changed so drastically. Gabby's mind drifts back, sifting through memories. Sure, Rafe's had his share of romantic missteps, cheating on Ava with Nicole, sleeping with Sammy while engaged to Hope, but those moments felt like lapses, not a new personality. Back then he'd been remorseful, torn up about hurting the people he loved. Yeah? Javi describes a Rafe who's indifferent, almost smug about his betrayal. It's a jarring shift, and it's got Gabby and Javi grasping for answers. Holding hands through the storm as the afternoon sun filters through the office blinds, Gabby and Javi sit across from each other, hands clasped tightly. It's a quiet moment amidst the chaos, a show of solidarity between cousins who've weathered plenty of storms together. Their eyes meet, and there's a warmth there, a shared strength. They've always had each other's backs, and today's no different. But beneath the comfort, worry gnaws at them both. "Maybe this could be our blind spot," Javi suggests gently, his voice cutting through the silence. He wonders if they've been too quick to excuse Rafe's past mistakes, too willing to see him as the good guy. Gabby frowns, her grip tightening on his hand. No, she says firmly. Something's wrong, I can feel it. She's not ready to write this off as just another chapter in Rafe's rocky love life. This isn't the brother she knows, the one who'd apologize with tears in his eyes or fight to make things right. The Rafe Javi's describing is emotionless, detached, and that's not the man who raised her, protected her, loved her through all of Salem's craziness. Her mind races, searching for an explanation. This might sound a little far-fetched, she admits, leaning forward, but I have a theory. Javi tilts his head, curious, urging her to go on. Gabby takes a deep breath, her words tumbling out. What if this isn't Rafe being a jerk? What if it's something medical? She thinks back to that coma he was in not so long ago, the one that left them all holding their breath, praying he'd pull through. He did, but maybe the damage lingered, hidden until now. A delayed reaction, she muses, something in his brain shifting, turning off the warmth and regret he used to feel. It's a long shot, but in a town like Salem where the impossible happens daily, it's not out of the question. I'm going to get him to a doctor, Gabby declares, her voice rising with resolve. I'm not going to give him a choice. She pictures Rafe's stubborn scowl, the way he'd brush her off with a gruff, I'm fine, but she's not backing down. If there's something wrong, really wrong, she'll drag him to the hospital herself if she has to. He's her brother, flaws and all, and she's not about to let him slip away into whoever this cold stranger is. Family ties and a devilish twist. Javi smiles softly, squeezing her hand. Rafe's lucky to have you as a sister, he says, and there's a sincerity in his tone that makes Gabby's chest ache. She's always been the fierce one, the fighter, but hearing that from Javi means more than she can say. I'm grateful for you too, she replies, her lips curving into a small, tired smile. I just wish he wasn't dating the devil. It's a half-joke, half-truth, and Javi chuckles despite the tension. Rafe's latest fling, whichever woman's caught his eye this time, has Gabby on edge. She's seen him fall for the wrong people before, and if he's spiraling now, the last thing he needs is someone fanning the flames. But that's a battle for another day. Right now, her focus is on getting him help, on peeling back the layers of this mystery until she finds the real Rafe underneath. What lies ahead? As the day winds down, Gabby and Javi are left with more questions than answers. Is Rafe's behavior just another messy chapter in his love life, or is something darker at play, a lingering scar from that coma, a shift in his very soul? Gabby's determined to find out, and with Javi by her side, she's got the support she needs to face whatever comes next. For now, they hold tight to their bond, a lifeline in the storm that's brewing around Rafe. Monday's episode of Days of Our Lives promises to tug at our heartstrings and keep us guessing. Will Gabby's theory hold water, or is Rafe hiding a secret even she can't imagine? Grab your tea, cozy up in your favorite spot, and let's watch this unfold together. Salem's never dull, and this family drama is just getting started. What do you think? Will Gabby save her brother, or is he too far gone? We'll find out soon enough.